Hey guys, welcome back to Leon Unity, the creative community for filmmakers, storytellers, and visual artists. And today, on this Minute Tip Monday, we're going to be talking how to get the best image, the most dynamic range, out of a flat profile like log. Specifically, we're going to be talking about 3 easy steps that will take you from shooting it to grading it. For those of you who don't know, log footage is basically a type of very flat profile which has all the contrast and saturation compressed to try and get the most information out of your footage as possible. In other words, it's kind of a way to get your footage going from this to this. Looks a bit better, right? There's all kinds of log footage, but they all go under slightly different names, whether it's SLOG for Sony, which is what this is being shot in, or C-Log for Canon, or Log-C for RE, or I think it's V-Log for Panasonic. Which gets confusing because then it thinks, when you're Googling it, you think it's a vlog. And now this Minute Tip Monday will mostly cover the S-Log profile, but it kind of works for all of them, really. So let's get the timer ready, and please get in under a minute this time, Petros. Begin. Step number 1. Getting the correct exposure. So what we're going to do is adjust the aperture. We stay 2 stops overexposed because it's okay to expose to the right when it comes to log footage. Log footage typically gives you about an extra 2 stops of dynamic range built in with your color profile. Step number 2. This is the Gamma Display Assist function. I can't believe no one ever talks about this because it is a huge deal for me. This allows you to see in regular colors what your footage is going to look like, which is a huge deal for me personally because I like to be able to see the colors and see how things are looking with the lighting. I wish somebody had told me this sooner. Gamma Display Assist, it will change your life. Step number 3. Now the way to color grade this is to make sure that we get the most dynamic range possible. First of all, what you're going to want to do is open up the Lumetri color panel. Next, open up Lumetri color scopes. Here we've got what I think are the 3 most important when it comes to log. Let's just focus on the curves for a second. Now what you're going to do is take the very bottom area, which is the blacks, and drag it forward. This here on the left hand side shows us the exact squashed waveform that we're going to bring down until it hits around about 0. Now the color scopes don't lie, so now we're at a point where the contrast has been adjusted to a decent point. The next bit in color correction is you want to try and add a bit of saturation in there. Personally, I like to take it up to about 150-ish. And step number 4. Now if you're like me, I typically color grade a lot just using the wheels, but a lot of people use LUT. So let's add the Harry Potter LUT here from Triune Films, which I do occasionally use. Generally speaking, most LUTs, especially log ones, 65 is really all you need from that. But as you can see, things have changed here, so you want to adjust the image based on what's there. So let's push up the whites a little bit, and lift up the blacks just ever so slightly. So there we go. We've got a nice, exposed correctly, gamma assisted to make sure the colors are there, color corrected to bring back the contrast and add in the saturation, and then a color grade, and then adjusted again afterwards to make sure that we've got some great high dynamic range footage out of our log. So those are the 4 easy steps to shooting in log footage. That's very easily to go from not knowing a thing about it to getting your settings right, to making sure the exposure is right, making sure you can see it right, and making sure you can grade it right from there on out. Now all log footage is slightly different, so your mileage may vary, but this is the way that typically it works. And if you're liking these Minute Tip Mondays, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Leave us a comment below, letting us know what you think and what you want to talk about in the next bunch. The next video we're going to be talking about is Sisters of House Black related, so don't forget to tune in for that. That'll be coming out this Sunday. The footage from this was all taken from Sisters of House Black, which is the film I've been working on with Kelsey Ellison, Hannah Snow, and a whole bunch of other people. Really talented cast and crew. Go check out the teaser trailer. There is a teaser trailer that is in the link in the description below, or you can check it out on Kelsey's channel. And so that about wraps it up. Now get out there and create new worlds.